Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another Make It Over Monday, or in March, Make It Yourself Monday. And we are making another kind of necklace today. We're going to get a little more complicated. We're going to add in some patterns, like we did last week. So far we've handled simple triple strands, we've handled gradiated double strands, and now we're going to go with the Princess Diana inspired look, which involves a pattern. Now, I'm actually planning to improve upon this one. This was the first one that I made, so I'm going to try to make a different style slightly. But it basically goes that on your upper part of your curve, you need to have one less than on the bottom part of your curve. And you want to use larger beads in between sections to give it that kind of curve. So we're going to be attempting to do that this time around with some 8/0 seed beads as our larger beads, one of our 4mm crystal jewels, I'm using red this time around, and our 11/0 seed pearls that we love. Not to mention, as always, we'll be starting our necklace by securing it to some chain. This also helps for when you drop the chain or when you drop the beads. It doesn't go everywhere as much because it's secured to one spot. But I have already pre-strung our thread onto our big eye needle, so we are going to get started. Now this is going to be in the choker length, but we are going to be counting. So you don't really need to worry as much about your length this time around, like using our rulers. But we're still going to pay some attention to it. But we pretty much know the pattern is going to be, so I did 5 on the top and the bottom on that first one, and then on the back I actually did 4 and 4 on the first one through the pearls. But this time we're gonna do 5 on the bottom for the first 2, and then 6 on the bottom for the next 2, and then 4 on the top, and then 5 on the top. So I'm going to show you guys the newer way to do it, which involves weaving things back, but only using one strand, compared to how I did that one, which I actually used 2 needles and wove them through at the same time. So this one is going to be a little bit more secure and a little less knotting work. So we are going to tilt down so you guys can see what I'm doing now. Okay. So we've already secured to our chain as we start all of our necklaces that way. Remember, this is just for beginners. I've already pulled my 4 large beads and my jewel. And now I'm going to grab some of these. But actually, first, on this pattern, we're going to grab one of our large beads, just the one, because we want that flush up against our chain to kind of serve as our anchor bead. And then what we're going to do is pour some of our other beads in there. We don't need nearly that many. Get those out of the rain of fire of my other thing, and we'll do our larger section first. So again, we're going to do 5 for our first one. Okay. And then we're going to grab our second of our large beads. just like that. And then we're going to go 6. And then we're going to get our big jewel. And then we're going to go 6 again. Six right there. And grab another of our big beads. A little bit easier if I would take all of the beads out of my hand in between, but it is what it is. That's okay. And then 5. Okay. And then our last big bead. And now I am going to take these beads out of my hand while I do the securing on the second go around. But this is where we're at so far. It's very cute, right? You could leave it like that if you felt like it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go again, we're gonna skip one link of chain. And then we are going to try to get in there. Yep. Okay. And then we're going to knot again. Right. And then from there, we are going to weave back through this first bead. Just like this. We're going to try to do it as carefully as possible, because remember, we are just kind of only using thread. And then we're going to start our pattern again. So I do need some more of these. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we need 4 for our first section. Okay, and just like this. Could be a little bit easier if we had smaller fingers, but it's okay. And then we're gonna do 5 for our second section. Okay. And again, what we're going to do is just pull that through. See, we're already getting those patterns, which is what we want. And then again, we're going 5. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we're gonna go straight up through our third big bead, just like this. And then our last section, we've got 4. We got 1 extra bead. Good job. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull this up through here, just like this. We're going to go like just like that. And then we're going to go and secure like we normally would. So once through the thread and twice knotted. Okay. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And again. Okay. And then, like how we would normally detach our chain, we are going to grab the link above where the second half is attached. And then we are going to save this link for later. And then we are going to cut off our end thread. Okay. And bada bing, bada boom. Now let's see what this looks like on one of our mannequins first. So you do want to try to get the shorter ones up on top. Just so everything lays better. But yes. And so that's what it looks like on the mannequin. And let's see what it looks like on a doll. All right? Okay. So our goal is to not have to restring this one because my brain did not tie the knots as well. And so, very cute. So it looks really cute. I'm sure if you got it a little bit tighter, like if you used jewelry wire instead of just thread, it would be a little bit better. But again, this is for beginners, and this is just with stuff you kind of have around or stuff you can easily find. So this is how to add in patterns. And you can make those really as complicated as you want to make them. You could weave you could turn around and weave back through that bead at the end and do another strand underneath. You could be adding in smaller seed bead reds in the middle of these. You know, you could be doing all kinds of customization. This is just with little seed pearls and with some little faceted gems. So, I mean, it is a little bit better than this one that I had where they were both the same size on top. I think it sits better, actually, on the neck. But it's still really cute and really allows for a ton of customization. So if you have an outfit that you want something to match to, but you can't find any Barbie accessories, just make it yourself. And really, this took me 15 minutes, and this is a more complicated pattern. You know, if you just need a strand of jewels, do it. Like, once you figure out what works for you and what little tricks are best for you, you can really do these quickly. I cannot advertise that enough as to actually just doing them. But that is the Make It Yourself Monday. And tune in next week to see what we do for the last Make It Yourself Monday of March. All right, y'all. Be good. Bye.